everybody in my heart because I doesn't forget what this group do for me. You understand me? This group give me a kind of strength and encouragement to,
you know. I really want to say, hadn't it been for this group, I do not know how I would take on this debt, you know.
In response to the things that were happening in the nation, out of concern for what was happening in the nation, we're all believers and we thought that we could get together and pray. And when the spate of killings began to increase, it became an additional burden to us. And besides praying, we wanted to know what we could do. How could we help to alleviate the pain of the mothers who were losing all these sons at that time? And so from prayer, we began to network with other groups within the affected areas, Morvant, Laventille, Beetham, Sealots, etc. And we started going on prayer walks in the communities. Merlin was one of the women that we met in the Morvant Laventille community, and feeling her pain and her grief over the situation, we decided that we were going to start a support group for women.
It was 5 years ago. My son got murdered, right? And there I was doing my grieving process, drinking my rum, when there was a church walk, right? And a woman in the village, where I live not far from me, she called one of the members and tell them, this lady's just lost a son. And that person was Ruth Graves, who can be a mother to me because we are about the same age, but is a mother. She is, right?
Each group has its own unique way of operation, but basically when we start a group and when new people come in, we take them through a grieving process, which was generously done for us through one of our psychologist friends. So it helps them to identify the whole process of grieving. And basically, women who have been through and who are at higher places of the process will help each other in the healing, you know. And we have what we have today, a nice family evolving in all of the groups. And I feel like a mother of so many children, some of them much older than myself.
Hadn't been for this group, the whole of my village would have heard me too screaming. But because I sat among the ladies and I used to encourage them, those same words came back to me. Sister Fraser, just what the Lord did for them, by bringing them out, He would bring my family.
Some people, loss is greater than some. Because when I hear some people say that they couldn't even open the children coffin, they had a decomposed corpse, I was like, way boy, I real better than them. In that sense, I had a body, I had a face, everything. I could have open, play with the face, touch him. So I also felt sorry for my sisters when I know that they're going to bury and the last time to see is in a coffin, and then you cannot open this coffin. I would have gone mad. So,
in terms of the killings, a young man is murdered or a husband is murdered. He was the sole breadwinner in that household. His wife may not have been skilled and she may be dependent on him and that salary. He has 5 children. So he is murdered and he is gone. She is left with 5 children, no skill, and the responsibility for the economic development of her children. She's responsible for the additional ensuring her children get an education and so many things that she feels burdened and pressed down with. Many women bear the grief of the loved ones lost in terms of the mothers. They feel that it was their fault that their sons got murdered. By nature, we are nurturers. And if those people that we nurtured have gone down a wrong road, we take that responsibility. When you're walking around with burdens, you can't be all that you're supposed to be. You know?
At this group, it come like an extended family that it have a love. And you know, even though all of us lost somebody, you know, we could still comfort one another.
I go to the schools and talk to children who did who their parents have been affected by crime, and I don't have all the amount of rage and the amount of feelings that I had before because of the women in the group, because they are love. Every one of them, they show you love, you understand? When you're walking here, you feel like you're in a family, you're home.